All right, so let's talk about what keeps people kind of away from the practical side of Hermeticism. It's like I don't believe in magic. Okay, that's the thought. It's like all this stuff about spirits and demons, summoning demons, and divination. Working on the spiritual plane and whatnot. It's like so. There's a lot of possible reactions, right? I mean, one of them is that's all bullshit and I'm not going to have anything to do with it, and it's silly and it's stupid, and why would I waste my time with that? So that's that's one possible response. Another is I want to believe, I want to do this, but before I can do it, I need to know that it's true. I need to believe that it's true. So before I get into this, Mr. Traveler, prove to me that all of this stuff about spirits and gods and whatnot and magic is all true and is all real. Is magic real? I want to know. I want to know. Show me. Is it real? I don't. Okay. Here's my answer to it. And look, this comes from experience. Okay. I've been there. I return there every now and then. I've been there very recently, where it's like, okay, is it real? Is it not real? Is it, it doesn't matter. Okay, don't worry about it. So here's my suggestion: approach the material and the spells and the rituals and whatever with the mind of pretend that it's real. Okay, so go at it and it's like, what would you do? It's like pretend in your mind that all this stuff is real, and what would what would it look like? What would you do? Okay, so just pretend. It's just make believe. Okay, and isn't that an interesting phrase? Have you ever really thought about that? Make believe. I mean, we call pretending, playing around in the yard or whatever, make believe. We're making believe, and that's really what we're doing. Because you see, it's basically our deep mind, our subconscious or whatever, doesn't really know the difference between what's real and what's make believe. Our deep mind thinks in stories. All right, it understands stories. It experiences the world as a story, as mythological, as magical. Magical thinking is the realm of the subconscious. And so, look, maybe all this magic mumbo jumbo is just a way of hacking the subconscious. It's all just psychological and all that kind of stuff. Who cares? All right, don't worry about it. Just pretend that it works, and you'll be amazed that it actually works. And then what do you do? Well, okay, so that was one of my first uh, existential crises, because when I first got started on all this stuff, I was very much a materialist, atheist. None of that, none of that spiritual stuff is real. Just and this is all just psychological. And I performed ritual just pretending it was real, just for the sake of ritual. And the results were so extraordinary that, I mean, to this day, I'm like, how can I say it wasn't real? It was like, I mean, the sheer number of coincidences is just would be mind-boggling if there wasn't something else going on. And look, I don't know. The whole thing about magic is that it's dealing with stuff we don't fully understand. Our subconscious is something that we don't fully understand. So dealing with it is magical. And it certainly feels magical, and it certainly feels real when you get into it and you really start doing it. So does it matter? I don't know. Don't worry about it. Just pretend it's real. And look, and I mean, isn't that the it's like, what does real even mean? If if you if you do X and you get Y, if it's then something is definitely going on that is real. So is it enough to say that it's real because it works? I mean, that's kind of where I come from. It works, therefore it's real. So again, just don't worry about it. Just do it and see what happens.